are live. It's been a while. Last Friday, unfortunately, I missed the stream, but we're back. So today we're gonna go back to the lure turner, which is something I was not hoping for, but it's kind of necessary. So there are some issues with the lure turner that I want to fix today. The issue is mainly I don't have a tight tolerance here, and sometimes stuff keeps falling from it, so we need to fix that. And yeah, we need to fix a couple more things. Cool. So first, before the lure turner, let's go back to the lure painting accessories, I think it was called. Jacob already sent a message. God bless you all. Thank you, Jacob. Okay, so I have two types of lure holders. This one is not working out well. It's good for small lures, but I think because it's round or something, I don't know why it's not working out well, especially when I put it in the turner. And I think, wait, do we have a difference in diameter? Part design, we need to measure something. Let's see, from here to here, 13.9. Okay, no, they're the same. 14 mil. 13.98. Oh, wait. No. 13.98 is the distance between this line and this line. What's the total diameter? Okay, that's interesting. I think the total diameter here, lure holders, no, diameter 7, thread length, total outer diameter, it's 15. Let's verify it. So if I take this, for example, toggle it and toggle this as an active body and create a sketch on the XY plane. Is it 15? Let's see. 15. Huh. It is 15. Now, FreeCAD is not the best at rendering curves, but yeah, it's 15. So the diameter is 15. What diameter do I have here? Multi-lure holder params, diameter. It is 15. Okay, and what tolerance are we using? Actual holder diameter 0.15 multiplied by 2. So what is this? I'm confused. No. Close. Interesting. What is this sketch? Ah, okay. Okay, that's something else. Is this the one? Okay, I think that's the one. And this is what? This is the outer one. It's 15.3. Okay. But why? Why isn't it tight enough? 15.3. Maybe I need to reduce this a bit more. Holder diameter, it's at the moment. It's 15.2. Let's add to it, or 15.3. Let's make it 15.2. Will it make a difference? It should. Okay, so that's one of the issues, I guess, fixed. Another issue is, let me get rid of some stuff and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So first of all, we have this screw, and this is what's holding this piece right here, this screw. And the reason I did it as a screw was that I was under the impression that I might want to, let's say, change this lure hole, this piece right here with something else. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. And what is happening now is, if this is turning clockwise, it's unscrewing itself. And if it's turning counterclockwise, then it's fine. It's not a big deal, but it's not a good design. Because we have a switch to switch direction, and if it can only go in one direction, then what's the point, right? So that's one of the issues that I also want to fix. What else? What else? Multi-lure holder. There was another one here. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have a problem here. I don't remember having a problem with these. Yeah, I think that's all. But the thing is, if I'm gonna remove this screw, then I'm probably gonna remove this one also. Or maybe we can keep the screw and figure out a way to Sorry, I'm thinking about something, and it's not supposed to be like that. For some reason it is. Very interesting. It's been a while since I opened this file. That is really interesting. Huh. I guess I don't have it going all the way in the actual thing. Yeah, it's on the outside. Oh. Very weird. Anyways, so if we keep the screw and we have our multi-lure holder, so how do we prevent it from unscrewing itself? How can we do that? So we can put some sort of a, what is it called? This nut, this hex nut that it goes in here, similar to what I have in here. But this might damage the plastic. No, that's not a good design. Too many moving parts. How do we fix you? And I think this is too thick also. It's using too much plastic for no reason. I guess we can do 4. I'm sure we can get away with less, but 4 is fine. Thickness, older thickness too. Okay, that's interesting. Are we sure this is 2? Doesn't look like 2. It is 2. Yeah. Looking at things in 3D is a bit trippy compared to real world. Yeah, I have no clue how to fix that. Except by removing the screw. I think I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. So I'm not gonna fix this. But I'm gonna have to reprint this part. 2 of them. Let me just confirm that the diameter here... Oh, we can't measure it like that. Never mind. But this is a clone. Yeah, it's a clone, so it should also update. That's fine. Yeah, I guess that's the only fix I have to do here. So we can do something else. I don't know why I thought I had many stuff. I had many things to fix in this, but apparently I don't. So I'm just gonna save it. Okay. So what do we do today then? Let's close this, close that. Start page, and let's create a new file. Okay, what do we wanna do? What do we wanna do? I wanna organize my desk a bit more. So, let's open printables a bit and go to HSW. Get some inspiration. No, I don't think I need drawers. That's for sure. I don't need shelves. I'm trying to get rid of shelves. Okay, I do want to put some pliers and some other stuff. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to grab some stuff from my desk, stuff that I want to organize, and then based on these stuff, we will design something. glue. I have these super glue, my pliers, and I think the nozzles for the airbrush. Okay, let me just take one quick look. Okay, nice. I think these are enough. So I have some lure eyes that I want to put somewhere on the stand. I have the airbrush nozzles. I have 3 of them, and also these, also 3. I have a bunch of hardware also to attach, and we have this super glue. There are more stuff, but these will do for now. And I think I had something called HSW accessories. Let's check it. Okay, so this is where I was doing... Yeah. So here we have like the paint bottle holder. That's one part. We're gonna create more parts. And I think this is all that we need. All the information that we need to create it. Horizontal spacing and vertical spacing. These will give us access to the screw positions. We might add some more stuff here later. But for now, let's create a new part. Let's call it, what do we want to organize first? We can start by our pliers, I guess. And I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna mount them, because we can do something like this. So like this one here, this should be easy. But we can also do something like this. And then we can like place it upwards. I think I prefer this. But no, I think the problem with this is we lose space on top, because we need to lift it up and backwards. If that makes sense. I'm thinking something super simple, like a hook for these two. And then we'll figure out something for this one. It should be simple. And if I remember, there was something by KYZ Design. How do I duplicate this? KYZ Design. Let's go here, KYZ Design. Yeah. Attach anything to HSW. We might use some of these models. I love them even more than the original honeycomb storage wall. Where is it? This is the original one. And they use different kind of attachments, basically these ones, which I don't like so much. But this guy has done an amazing job creating these guys, like vertical and horizontal. I think this is which one is this? This is the vertical. and it also has this, which makes use of two attachment points for stability. There's also horizontal, this one, horizontal 2. It's really good. And if I remember correctly, I have them downloaded somewhere. I just need to find them. HSW, display stand, no. Very interesting. Looks like I don't have them. Dismiss your model files. Or wait, where did I put them? They might be here somewhere. CAD Grid Finish collection, no. Method feeder, palette soaker. The tackle box. I should finish this at some point. Flip coin. Fishing lure version 2. Okay, looks like I don't have it here. So I need to download them. Let's download all of them. Okay, it's called HSW attach anything. Oh wait, I do have it. No. I remember the file name though. I do have it. It says 1. Why can't I see it? HSW attach anything? HSW. I don't know. It says 1 though. You have stuff files. These are what we need. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So now, first of all, let me move my part so we can move it down here somewhere. Data, placement, position, and we want to move it on Z. That's interesting. Why do I have this like that? Okay, wait, paint holder. I think we can rotate it. No, not on this axis. We want to rotate it on the X, I guess. Yes. Minus 90 or 90 on the -1 on X. Yes. And now we can move this along the Y. Let's put it -150. And we can hide this part. Nice. Okay. We need to create a new body. Let's make it active. Is it active? No. Okay, now it's active. And let's start by organizing the nozzles. So I have 3 nozzles and 3 needles for the airbrush, and we need to somehow put them on the stand. So first thing, I guess, thinking about it, I can make a Gridfinity stand. Nah, let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. So, spreadsheet. This is gonna be airbrush parts. Let's call it like that. And let's add a spreadsheet. So in the spreadsheet, we're gonna start with, let's call this one airbrush nozzle params. And we're gonna create another one. Let's call this one airbrush needle params. And I also have this little thing. Ah, come on. It's not coming up. What is it called? Like a wrench? A small wrench. So airbrush wrench params. Cool. And all of these have to be inside the airbrush parts. So let's start with the nozzle params. So this is the box for the nozzle, and we want 3 of them. Let's do some measurements. I forget to bring my calipers. Give me a second. Okay, it almost fell. Okay, no damage. Nice. Cool. So starting with the diameter. Diameter is, come on, 12 point what? 12.4. No, 12.3, 12.4, the diameter. So here, let's start with diameter. It's 12.4 millimeters. And the total length is 27 millimeters. Of course, we need to add some aliases. I think that's all we need for the nozzles. We can add like number of nozzles, 3 or 4, but I don't think it's needed. We're just gonna hard code it at 3. Needle params. We're gonna start again with the diameter. I'm gonna get like the widest diameter because that's what we need to be able to put it in like its designated hole. This is an 8.6. Yeah, that's correct. What else do we need? We can get also the total length, which is, this is a bit tricky. It's around 145, 150. Let's say it's 150. Now thinking about it, this is gonna be tricky to do in one part. So let's see what we can do. And we have the wrench. The wrench is basically, it's some sort of a rectangle, and we have a small arc here and another arc here. This is going to be very tricky to model, but I guess we can do it. Or I think the best way to do it is, instead of laying it flat like this, we can insert it from the top. I think that's going to be easiest, because then for the wrench we need thickness, we need width, and let's get length. So again, I'm gonna measure the biggest thickness, and that's around 1.4. Yeah, 1.4. The width is 7. And the length, I don't think we need the length, but I'm gonna put it anyways. 35. Cool. Cool. Nice. Okay. Now we need to figure out a way to mount all of these on the wall. Now the wrench is the easiest. The nozzles, I guess, are also easy because they can just go in some sort of a groove or a hole or something that is half, let's say, half the length. But these are gonna be tricky. These are gonna be the trickiest. We can technically lay them flat somehow. Let's see. Let's see what we can do in part design. Okay, create. No, don't create a body. Come on. Create a sketch on this plane right here. Let me just check something. Yeah. Okay. So the plan is, let's say we have 1, 2, 3. These are like the nozzle holders. And then the wrench can go, let's say, somewhere over here. No, that's gonna block these. Could be anywhere, it could be here in the middle. It doesn't matter that much. And then the nozzles, or not the nozzles, what are they called? The needles will lay flat like this. Something like that. But I don't think it's gonna be here, so probably this makes more sense. Yeah. Something like that. So we need to define a couple more things, like the padding. How much padding do we need on the edges? And yes, this is called airbrush parts. So what do we need to call this one? Spreadsheet. Create a new spreadsheet. Let's call this airbrush parts general. And here let's do some padding. Let's say it's just add any number for now, we can change it later. So 10 millimeters. We need to figure out the total width and total height, and these will be based on Whoops, what happened? Yeah, these will be based on like the diameter, the length, and all these stuff. We need to calculate these. Maybe we can do some sort of a border radius to make it rounded, or a chamfer. Yeah, I think a chamfer might look cooler. Let's call it a chamfer. And let's make it 8 mil, for example. We need to also figure out the total thickness of this thing, but this also has to be calculated based on some parameters, like the length of this, for example. So, but to calculate it, we need to add some extra thickness on the bottom, right? So let's call it bottom padding. So we have padding on the XY and padding on the Z, or we can call it Z padding. This makes sense because I'm a programmer, and this one is like XY padding. So Z padding, let's say it's 3 mil. Ah, come on, what am I typing? I'm hitting all the wrong keys. Cool. So before I do anything, I need to confirm if this is the layout I want or not. And I think it is. So if we put this one here somehow. Yeah, these can be at the top. Something like that. So we need some spacing between the items. Maybe this one can be here. And these will follow the same spacing. So whatever the distance between this circle and this circle is going to be like the same. Okay. So here, let's call it spacing, and we can do something like 3 mil, for example. Cool. I think we have everything that we need now to calculate the width and height. So also spacing is going to be between these and these, right? So to calculate the width, it's going to be easier than calculating the height. So let's do the width first. So there's going to be some padding on both sides. So it's going to be multiplied by 2. We have the padding. And then we need the diameter. We need the total length of this. And we need the width or the thickness of the wrench. And that's it. That's going to be the total length. But I'm not taking into consideration any tolerances here. We don't have any tolerance. So we can add, I guess, we can add a tolerance for each one of them. Different tolerance for each one. For like the ultimate customizability, but I don't think it's necessary. So I'm just gonna add a tolerance here, and let's say it's 0.2 mils. Okay, should be enough. And let's calculate the width. So this is gonna be equal to crap. Okay, now I can see them. So this is gonna be equal to airbrush nozzle params dot diameter plus yeah, no, we're gonna have to do so many things. So let's start by getting the nozzle diameter first. So total nozzle diameter, for example, and this is going to be equal to airbrush nozzle params dot diameter plus tolerance multiplied by 2. We need to do the same with total needle length, and this is going to be equal to airbrush needle params dot length plus tolerance multiplied by 2. I added 2 equals by mistake, and we need the total we also need the total needle diameter. So I'm gonna copy this and replace this with diameter. We're gonna need the total wrench thickness. So that's gonna be airbrush wrench params dot thickness. Oh, come on. Yes. It was 1.4. Okay, cool. And what else do we need? The total wrench width. Cool. Ah, come on. Nice. So now we have all we need to start calculating the width. So the total width is gonna be equal to total nozzle diameter plus total needle length plus total wrench thickness. Oh, sorry, I'm not done. Plus padding multiplied by 2. So now we have covered the padding on both sides. We have covered the diameter, the length, and the thickness, but we still need the spacing. So that's gonna be plus spacing multiplied by 2. And this is the total width. We also need a total length. I wrote it wrong, right? Yeah. Total length. And the length this way is going to be again some padding, but here's the tricky part. How do we know if this diameter is bigger or if this is bigger, right? Because if this is bigger, then this is what we're going to use to space things around, right? To calculate the total length, sorry. If this is bigger, then the spacing is going to be between these two, not these. So you get the point. Okay, so how do we know that? That's easy. Now we can do it in its own like alias right here, like let's call it max. Max length, I guess. And this is going to be equal to the maximum between total nozzle diameter and total needle diameter. So if the nozzle diameter is bigger, then I guess this is what it took, right? It's the nozzle diameter. But if for some reason, like the cover of the needle diameter was actually bigger than the cover of the nozzle, then this is gonna be the other way around. And now we can use this max length to calculate the total. So basically, whichever is bigger, we multiply it by 3, then add 2 spacings and 2 paddings. So this is going to be equal to max length multiplied by 3 plus spacing multiplied by 2 plus padding multiplied by 2, which is 64. So now we can come here, take this. This is the total width. And this one here is the airbrush parts general, the total length. Yes, nice. Now these are not accurate, of course. These are just general stuff that I drew. Okay, and yeah, this currently is not centered, so to center it, I'm gonna take these 2 points and the center and make everything symmetric. Cool. Now we have our drawing. Oh, we forgot the chamfers. We forgot the chamfers. Sketch fillet. Wait, the FreeCAD doesn't have a chamfer tool? What? I mean, they do have a chamfer tool, but not in the not in Sketcher, I guess. I mean, chamfer is a basic thing. You can do it like that, right? But problem is, now we're gonna lose all the constraints. That's fine, we can re-add them. So we need to constrain some angles. Let's start here. The angle between these two is going to be, why is it like this? Come on. $135 apparently. So these two are parallel. Yeah, that's the one. Same here, we need to constrain the angle. 135, and these two are also parallel. Now all of these are gonna be equal. And what else? Yes, the actual chamfer. So the chamfer is gonna be from here to here, but can we do that? Yes, we can do that. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this rectangle and mark it as construction geometry. Where is the construction? This one. Nice. Now we still have our constraints and we still have these points. This is our chamfer. Nice. And now we can just connect the dots. Cool. That's our box. Now hopefully this will not affect the padding. It will, but that's fine. That is completely fine. And let's go to part design again. Okay, so that's one thing done. We still have, we forgot to calculate the total height. also there's one thing that we need to do, and that is, let's say I pad this now, right? Just do anything for now. And now I want to start drawing the circles. So let's just do anything. Gonna delete this sketch anyways. What the hell is wrong? Okay, anything. Okay, again. So we have the circles, right? These circles. Oops. And we also have, where is it? Where is the square? We also have these squares right here that are, let's say they are a bit thinner than the circles. Okay, cool. So we know that one of them is bigger, right? We know it's a circle, but let's assume we don't know. Let's assume anyone can come here and change the nozzle parameters, right? Or the needle parameters. So anyone can change the diameter. This could be smaller, this could be bigger, we don't know. And we know the number that is the max. We know that it's either the nozzle diameter or the needle diameter. One of them is going to be bigger. We know the max value, but we don't know which one is bigger. So how do we make the spacing here small and then the spacing here big so that they are on the same line like that? So we don't have, for example, like this. If we want to make the spacing, if we use this value, spacing, for both of them, this is how it's gonna look. But I want it to look like this. So how do we do that? We calculate the spacing for each one of them. And how do we calculate the spacing? We know the diameter, we know the padding, we know the total length, and the total length, we don't need the width for this. So the total length is going to be equal to the paddings plus the 3 diameters plus the spacing. So the spacing is going to be the total length minus the other stuff. So we can have something here called, let's put it somewhere here. Let's call this the nozzle spacing, and this one the needle spacing, something like that. Yeah, needle spacing, nozzle spacing. So what is the nozzle spacing? Is going to be equal to total length minus let's see, we need to remove, oops, we need to remove 2 paddings from it, and we need to remove the total nozzle diameter multiplied by 3 because they are 3. I think that should be it, and it should be equal to spacing, and that's because 6 is basically 2 spacings. We need to divide it by 2. So we need to take this entire thing and divide it by 2. We will end up with 3, which is correct. Now for this one, let's copy this. And here we need the total needle diameter. So as you can see, the needle is going to have more spacing than the nozzle. The space between these two. Cool. Let's implement this. So delete everything. Close. We don't need this sketch anymore, but I want to know the total height. The total height is going to be, again, we need to know the max height. So which one of them has the max height? Is it the cutout for the nozzle, or is it the cutout for the needle? basically. I'm not gonna take this into account because even if this went all the way through, I don't mind it. I think this one is fine. So the max height is gonna be maximum between the airbrush nozzle params dot what did I call it? Was it length? Interesting. And I wanted to go halfway, so that's divided by 2, or the total needle diameter. And this is equal. That's the max height. So the total height is gonna be equal to max height plus Z padding. This is our total height. Go back to the pad, change this to airbrush parts channel dot total height. Nice. We have the chamfer that we can now control. Like from here, we can go to chamfer. Let's make it 12. It should be bigger. Cool. Cool. Let's start with, first of all, I need to create a datum plane up here. So we're gonna create a datum plane, attach it to the XY. And then in the Z direction, we need to go up by total diameter. Total height. Cool. Now we have a plane. We can create a sketch on it. And yeah, we need to create our first circle. So it could be this one or this one at the top. I wouldn't recommend putting it here because we want to pattern it. So we can pattern up and down. We want it this way and then we can pattern it up. So where is this center basically? So we need 2 values. We need the X and the Y value. So from here to here horizontally, so the X value is going to be, first of all, if we get the total width and divide it by 2, that's going to be the distance from here to here. So if we click OK, yeah, that's going to be right on the edge. And now we need to remove from this. So minus, no, not paint, airbrush parts channel dot padding. So now we remove the padding, but the padding is not from the edge of this to the center. It's from the edge of this to the edge of the circle. So we need to remove the radius. So that's also minus airbrush parts balance dot total, or sorry, airbrush parts general dot total nozzle diameter divided by 2. Now we have exactly what is the padding? Oh, sorry. We don't need padding here. We need nozzle padding. Oh, no. No. It is padding. Nozzle spacing is something else. Excuse me for the confusion. And the diameter, we already know it also. Airbrush parts general, the total nozzle diameter. Now we still need the Y value. And the Y value is going to be something similar. So same thing that we did, but this time for the length. So here we need total length divided by 2 minus the padding minus total nozzle diameter divided by 2. Nice. Yeah, that's it. And now we can bucket this by the nozzle params length divided by 2. So this is where this one is gonna go. Okay, what else? Now we need to create an array up, right? Yeah, let's array it up. And we can do that using the lattice workbench, which is an add-on. And it's super easy. You just need to create an array. You can see it here. First thing I'm gonna change is the direction. We need the direction along the y-axis. So set y to 1 and x to 0. Now we can play with the position of this to position it here, but that doesn't matter. I found that it makes no difference. So I'm just gonna leave it here, and I'm only going to change the count to 3, and the generator we need to change it to step n, and then the step is basically the spacing. But there's a thing, if I put it nozzle spacing here, it's not gonna be accurate. Why? Because I want the center of this to be here, and then the other one is on the other center, so that's gonna be a radius, then the spacing, then the radius. So we need to add the diameter here. We need to add the total nozzle diameter. And now, yeah, now it's more accurate, or totally accurate. And now we can pattern this, and we should, if we go to part design and start measuring stuff, we should have exactly 3 mil, which is our spacing, and we should have exactly 10 mil away from the center, so from the edges. So 10 mil from here, 10 mil from here, 10 mil here, and 10 mil here. And the distance here is 3. So this is exactly what we want. I think 10 mil is too much, so I'm just gonna go to the padding here, and let's set it to 6. And maybe we can reduce the chamfer also, make it 8. Yeah, this is much better. Nice. Cool. Cool. Now we can do another sketch, and this time we want to draw first rectangle. So this is gonna be like that. This one here is the paint holder, no, airbrush, I keep saying paint. Total needle diameter. And this one is a total needle length. Total needle length. Nice. And now we need to place one of these 2 points. Oh, we don't have a center. I should have added a center, but that's easy. We can just add a point here and make this symmetric. Yeah, now we have a center. Center is going to be useful. So when aligning this vertically, I'm going to use the center, and then when aligning it horizontally, I'm going to use this point right here. So where is the center? The center is at paint. Oh, I keep saying paint. Why? I work so much on that paint holder that it's in my head. Airbrush parts general dot total length divided by 2. Basically, now it's pinned here at the end. And now we can remove. We need to remove half the diameter. So total needle diameter divided by 2. And we also need to remove the padding. And now it should be, it's not. Why is that? That is interesting. Oh, okay. Wait. I did something wrong in my calculations. Not something wrong, but we have a max height, right? No. Yeah, max length. Sorry. Max length. We need to use max length instead here. But then, if we use max length, then this is wrong. The needle spacing. Because we're using padding. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's assume yeah, let's use max length here, and then we'll see how it goes. So basically I need to go back to the first sketch, and I also need to do the same. So here, instead of this, we're gonna use max length. We'll test it at the end. We will try to make this bigger than this, and then we'll see how it looks. But it should be exactly at the center. Nice. Okay, now we need the horizontal position. So from here to here, we need to get the total width divided by 2, remove from it padding, and remove from it the nozzle diameter, and remove from it one spacing, right? Cool. Now the question is, should we revolve it? You should have revolved it. That's fine. We can just pocket it for now. airbrush parts general dot total needle diameter. Now here's where the spacing okay, I think I know how to calculate the spacing. It's basically we can use the max width, max length to calculate the spacing from the center to the other center. We can call it, instead of like needle spacing and nozzle spacing, we can call it like actual spacing, or let's call it center to center. Whoops, this goes here actually. Center to center. And the distance from center to center is going to be the actual spacing plus max length. Come on. So if we go here, yeah, you see 15.8, it's exactly 15.8. So we don't need needle spacing and nozzle spacing. We don't need these two. Because right here, all I need to get is center to center. And now I can actually use the same array to pad this. And you see here, the space between this one and this one should be exactly the same as this one to this one, 7.9 by 7.9. And what is the space between this and this? It's 3. And here we already have, this is the padding. This is the spacing. Spacing is 3. Cool. So all is working as expected so far. This one might be tricky to remove, so I might cut something here in the middle, but we still have something to add. And that is the wrench. It has to be here in the middle, so another sketch, which is a centered rectangle right here. This is going to be airbrush parts dot total wrench thickness, and this one is the total wrench, oh come on, width. That's it, except for the horizontal distance, which will be total width divided by 2 minus padding minus the wrench thickness divided by 2. Let's see if this worked. So I want to pocket through all. I don't care. I mean here, what we can do, let's actually dimension this. I think it's the length. Is it the length? Yeah. So technically it's gonna go through all of it, but if for some reason this was thick enough to be less than the length of the wrench, then it's not gonna go through everything. But I don't really care here. Okay, one thing I do like to change is I wish if this was a cylinder instead of a box, but I don't think it's a big issue. Yeah, I don't think it's an issue at all, actually. And what I want to do now is I want to make it easier to remove the needle, because at the moment this is going to get buried. It's going to get buried in here. So we need somehow to be able to hold it. So let's see. For example, my fingers are like 20 mil. I only need the tips of them, but let's say 20 mil. So I want to cut out right here a 20 mil cutout to help me remove them. And we want it to be exactly in the center of this, which is not the center. Or you know what, we can just do it in the center of the entire thing. It doesn't have to be in the center of the nozzle length. So we can create a sketch here, and in the center we can do something like so, something like this. That we will cut out. And we can make this symmetric. Oh, sorry. Symmetric here. And these two will also be symmetric. The angle is gonna be 135. That's a 45-degree angle. And yeah, the distance from here to here is gonna be 20. I don't know if I should add this to a spreadsheet or not. The distance from here to here is the total height. Total. And how far down do we go? That's a good point. I guess we can do this as 10 maybe. Let's see how this will look. Yeah, I think this looks cool. Okay, nice. I'm happy with how it turned out, especially these like chamfers, because since this is like the honeycomb storage wall, adding like border radiuses and stuff is not, it's not gonna look good on it, which is a mistake I made when I did this. I think I should have added chamfers. I haven't tested this, by the way, with these yet. I was busy with other stuff. Anyways, now we need a way to attach this to the wall, and this is where we will use the new stuff that we downloaded. So let's try to import something first. I want to save, and let's try to import from downloads. Come on. Okay, horizontal or vertical? Horizontal, I think the horizontal ones will work. H2, what is H2? Ah, no. Okay. I know what H2 is. So we need to import again. But why is it not importing it inside the part? So again, step files, H type, we want H1. Okay. So I want to put this inside the part. Okay, cool. It's inside the part. Now the problem is, oh wait, I think the placement is fixed. Okay, it's a bit weird how it is placed. Let's do something. Let's first rotate it minus 90 degree. I think this is gonna be the rotation that we need. And then we need to move it somehow. But how far away do we need to move it? So it looks like this line is at the center. This line exactly. So let's measure from here to here. How much do we have? We have 12 mils. Okay, that makes things easier. So if I go here and move it in the y-axis by 12 mils, it should be exactly on the z-axis, like on the 0 position of the y. So now I can go and add to that the total length divided by 2, and have to add millimeter here. Nice. Nice. Now we need to do the same thing for measuring this. It doesn't measure. Let's measure then from here to here. 9.9. Is this exactly half or no? 19.8. I think it is half. 19.8 divided by 2. Yeah, it's exactly half. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We need to come here and the Z. Let's go up by 9.9. Okay, cool. But we want 2 of these. And we need them spaced based on the horizontal and vertical spacing of HSW. And these values are not random. These are from, it was somewhere here. Wait, yeah. Yes, these are the values. So 40.88, this one, is the distance between between exactly 2 two honeycombs on the horizontal axis, and 23.6 is the distance between two honeycombs on the vertical axis. And that's how we want to space them, basically. So if we can move this way by 40.88, and then we move another one this way by minus the same value, we should be fine, right? Let's see. So KYZ, first of all, on the X, this one is positive, this one is negative. Let's do positive first. And this is the HSW params dot horizontal spacing. Now it's here. Now we can clone this. We will get another body. Put it here. Where is it though? Where is it? Ah, it's in the same position. Okay. And on the X, we need to go by minus HSW params dot wait, clear. Okay, I think I know what happened. The position is in the clone. Yeah, that's bad. So go to the clone. We have to reset this. Let's set everything to 0 and then do it on the body itself. So this was minus 90, position X. We will copy this, or sorry, no, forget the X. Position Y. And position Z. Okay, now the X is going to be minus HSW params dot horizontal spacing. Cool. And this does not require any supports at all. That's why I love this design by KYZ. So now we can take our body and do a Boolean. And let's add this one and this one. Wait, what? Body 3 was added. I'm confused. Okay, Boolean. Wait, what? Why can't I do that? So if I select these two, then do a Boolean. Okay. Fuse them together. Cool. Now we have one body. And this should theoretically be, let's see, the distance between this one and this one is 70.16, but if we measure distance from here to here, okay, let's see, 70.16 plus 11.6, that's 81.76. Divide that by 2, it's 40.88. Yeah, so basically it's gonna be 2. It's gonna fit. yeah, I think that's all for today. I still have to attach other stuff like um, we have some hardware and my lure eyes, but these are gonna be for later, I guess, because it's already 5:11 or 5 p.m. and they have some work tomorrow morning. So yeah, checking the messages. We don't have any new messages. Okay, guess that's it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. If I keep doing organizational stuff like this one, which I should, because I printed the stands to organize everything and I still have a mess on my desk. Yeah, but hopefully I'm gonna organize everything soon. So thank you for watching, and if you liked today's live stream, maybe consider joining the Discord server or subscribing. I'm gonna do a live stream like this one every week, and we also do fishing lures on Friday, which is very exciting. Thank you all for watching, and see you later.